Good day and welcome back. The things we do for education. I quite like it. All right, so now we're moving on to cutting a length off the beard without using a guard to take it really short. This is where I find, again, a lot of hairdressers and consumers have a hard time going and taking their longer beard and just bringing in a little bit instead of just taking a large clipper and taking it all off, because that's the easiest. So what I did is I blew dry my beard out because I have a little bit of wave pattern to it, and each ridge that comes out, if I just follow that line, I'm going to cut just the ridge off, but there's going to be a lot of hair that comes in underneath that I'm not going to be able to get. So it's going to make the line really inconsistent. So I blew dry everything out so that the hair, all the ends are going the same direction. I did use the Redken Brews Grip Tight Medium Hold Gel. I wanted the beard hair to have a little bit of stiffness to it because it is, oddly enough, it's actually quite soft. And without that, it doesn't stand out the same. So I talked about using a pick before in the previous video. One, because it has a very large flat plane and it's very easy to see the angles that you're wanting to create with this tool. Also, because the teeth are wider, it slides into the beard quite nicely and easily, whereas if something that has a finer tooth will push the hair and it gets clogged up and you move the hair quite a bit. So, blew dry, picked it out. I'm just going to use my clippers, and I'm going to get up a little bit closer. I wore my glasses today and I realized I probably have some reflection from those, but that's just the way that is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tool, the pick from behind, mainly so you can see the tips of the pick since they're white, and you can see the different line that I'm going to create. And also when I tip down, you notice the first cut that I'm going to do, I'm actually going to pull it away from my face so I can make sure that I have more of a square appearance. So I'm simply just going to take the pick, push it in. I'm not going to elevate it really high. I'm just going to keep it at a low elevation. I'm going to check my guide and my lines. And I'm just going to follow the pick to get that first line created. You can see how that has a very nice horizontal line to it. I'm going to then just go into the next segment or next portion. Make sure I get that hair right. If I look like I'm struggling, it's because I am, because I have my glasses on and it's not easy to see. Almost too much light. Anything that doesn't work now, I'll fix when I change the video. That's what editing is for, right? See how I'm keeping the pick horizontal to the floor. And just getting that initial line started. Now the other thing that I find is actually fairly easy to do is once I have a general guideline started, I can literally follow that because the gel that is in there and you notice I'm just capturing those ends and taking the long hair and bringing it in, keeping it a horizontal line, trying to keep it as square as I can. Now this is where it gets to be the fun part, doing it on yourself. I'm going to move to the other side. Obviously as a hairdresser this would be much easier to do because it'll be on the outside. Making sure that it is coming away from my chin, then not going towards the chin. Talk about braiding your hair in the mirror and how difficult that is. So my discoveries at the moment is learning how to do this visually on myself, so we get to experience this together. I guess maybe I should close my mouth. That's not very gentlemanlike, is it? Okay, so as far as I can tell with the light that's somewhat close, I will probably, when I turn the light off, go back and tidy it up a little bit. Okay, so get the idea, pick in, make sure that you create the line that you want to create, angle, in and out. Now this next part, I'm actually going to go into this just visually. It is comb down, you're not going to be able to see that very with my hand in the way. So on as a stylus, bring the pick in, make sure the head is horizontal to the floor, not tipped up too much. Make sure that your tip is where you want it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do a guide. For myself, using the pick. I can see that a little bit better. Now I'm just going to go right to my neck. Okay, so get the general idea. See that I've created a very square shape. Now, when I go and look into a mirror without so much light, I will not really change that shape. I will refine it just a little bit, redampen it, let it dry natural, and we'll come back and show you what the finished look, going from a longer shape into a little bit shorter without using a guard. So that was quite the experience. Not something I could just practice very often. It doesn't grow that quick. But get the idea. Hope that was kind of fun. We'll just see you in a few more minutes. Good day. So back. Whoever we is, well, that's another discussion, I suppose. The previous video, I blew dry my beard out with a round brush and the Grip Tight medium hold gel from the Red Coon Brew line, just to add a little bit of stiffness. I used a pick to cut a square line into the beard. Basically just 3 lines, straight down, straight across, straight up the other side. After that, I redampened it, and then I used the Curvaceous Wind-Up Energizing Texturizing Spray just to give it a little bit of extra control and a definition. So this is it, dried naturally. You can see how I've created just more of a square shape. The point of this past video was to take a longer beard and bring it in a little bit without having to cut it all off or cutting it short with a clipper guard. That will be the next video as I move into a much closer look and get more detailed with that. But for those that have the gentlemen that like to keep their beards longer, remember, use the pick and that tool shown in the video to help give you general guidelines. It really helps quite a bit. So hope that was interesting. It was some discovering and fun for me. So now on to the next videos where I start taking it quite a bit shorter, and eventually, if I can stomach it, I'll be like no facial hair, which will be probably the first time since junior high. But anyway, so have a good day and we'll talk to you later.